It appears as if the fight for the best privacy coin has been won by Zcash. But now something has changed for Monero. Monero has been cut off by all the centralized exchanges, but now decentralized on-ramps are integrating with XMR. So is this potentially an opportunity? We've now got Hasher, where we can swap Bitcoin for Monero. And we've got news that ThoughtChain is planning to do the same. Monero is one of the safest, most secure privacy coins. So are those integrations just the beginning? And is this potentially a buying opportunity? Let's have a look at the on-chain data. So the data most people are not considering to try to figure out what's the marginal demand versus marginal supply. Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in the crypto space for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago, and I did this mainly through active trading of altcoins. My track record is on the website down below. While most people got wrecked in the last 2 years, we are at an all-time high. That's when we include the current open positions. So over those last 2 years, I started to publish my trades in real time. We currently have 7 positions open, and all the closed positions, they are listed here on that website that's linked down below. So feel free to check out the entire history. I don't think that many people are willing to be as transparent. Now there's a clear competition between Zcash and Monero. Some people just call Zcash trash. Others just draw lines on charts and make their predictions this way. But fortunately, the team keeps their head down and they are focusing on the technicals, not on the price development. By the way, this channel has an X account as well, formerly known as Twitter. Feel free to check it out as well. I publish content regularly over here. The handle is @BitcoinStrat. So make sure that you follow the right account, not a fake account. @BitcoinStrat, that's the right account. Now, this is the XMR price in US dollars. The issue with US dollar charts is that they tend to go up and down with the rest of crypto, right? There's all of this correlation. So in crypto in general expands, and something like XMR goes up as well. But really, when making decisions for or against an altcoin, what we should be considering is opportunity cost. Does something outperform or underperform long term? And so charts like this are much more useful to answer that question. This here is XMR relative to the others market cap. So the others market cap is all the altcoins that are not in the top 10. And unfortunately, Monero did not outperform the rest of the altcoin market. An underperformance of 92%. This here is a logarithmic chart. And we could make the argument that we are currently rather at the upper end of that chart. And in the worst case, Monero could fall by 90% again. Is that realistic though? Unfortunately, XMR has an inflating token supply. That inflation is not too bad though. So that's 0.8% per annum. That's the same kind of inflation that Bitcoin has. Now Bitcoin's inflation rate will drop to 0.4% 2 years from now. But Monero's inflation rate also goes down over time. Not as quickly as Bitcoin's, but still, it's going down. For the short term, it's rather the attention on an asset that's driving the price. Have a look at the social mentions. So that's the bar chart in the background, and see how this correlates with the price chart. So that's the line in green. The fundamental question is Monero fairly priced, or is it undervalued or overvalued? As a proxy, we could, for example, look at the number of transactions. How many transactions are currently made on Monero, and how does this relate to the market cap? So here's the number of transactions on Monero over time. This does increase. So this is good. This is a growing network. Now let's compare this with Bitcoin. Here is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is of course larger. The question is how much larger? So Monero has around 25,000 transactions a day. Bitcoin has around 500,000 transactions a day. So Bitcoin has 20 times more transactions, roughly. Now let's compare market caps. The market cap of Monero is 6 billion. The market cap of Bitcoin, that's 1.2 trillion. In other words, Bitcoin's market cap is 200 times larger, while the number of transactions is only 20 times higher. Or in other words, either Bitcoin is 10x overvalued or Monero is 10x undervalued, at least according to that metric, right? The number of transactions. Let's have a look at the short-term traders. So we've got 61 million worth of trading volume of Monero on the spot market in the last 24 hours. Compare this with the perpetual futures market. Here we had 25 million worth of trading volume. Now this is very uncommon. Usually we see much more trading volume on the perps compared to the spot market. This tells us there is not much short-term speculation with XMR. Now, most people that use perpetual futures are betting on rising prices. So the funding rate is positive. There are more longs than shorts. But we can already see from the connection between the XMR price and the open interest that it's not really that strong. As in, we can see XMR going up while open interest goes down. So the levered bets on the XMR price is not what drives the price discovery. It's actually the long-term spot holders that drive price discovery. We can also see this in the number of liquidations. Very few liquidations day in and day out. Just a few $1,000s a day. Again, for an asset that's in the billions in market cap. I believe we have to see more positive news, like what we saw for Hasher or for ThoughtChain, to drive up the activity on Monero even further. Because the centralized exchanges have no interest pushing Monero further. There's just too much regulatory uncertainty. I personally also do not like the long-term underperformance versus the rest of the altcoin market. But again, this can break out if adoption grows further. In the last 2 years, we did have roughly 400% of outperformance. So I currently do not have a position open on Monero. I cannot share all those positions here on YouTube, but I can share at least one of them. And so that's in the pinned comment down below. If you want to know what kind of premium position I currently have open, and all the premium members have open as well, the position that I strongly believe in, then feel free to get this emailed to you. There's no payment. There's no credit card. You will not just get the open trade. You will also get a premium video sent to you that explains how to open that position and how to manage the risk of the position. Because risk management is everything in this market. Again, most people get wrecked. If you just have a bit of a diversified portfolio over here, it's very likely you lost money in the last year. Now, if it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like on this video is also very much appreciated. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.